In this video, we're going to take a quick tour of Mr. Sancho's Beach Resort. We're just pulling up, and it's going to happen just right after this. In an earlier video, you saw us walk from the port over to get to the taxi stand, and it was quite an adventure. And Cheryl's paying off the taxi driver. It was about $22 for the trip from Cozumel down. Took about 20 minutes. One of the things that impressed me when we got to Mr. Sancho's was the fact that this gentleman came over from a stand that we'll go by here in just a second and immediately started helping. He asked if it was okay if he pushed my wife, and I said sure. So he takes Cheryl, and we start in toward we call it the ticket booth or the cashier. And as we go in, what you're going to see is there is a lot of very typical shops that you would find in Cozumel, pretty much anywhere in Mexico where there's a lot of tourists. There are just various curios and things they had for sale. There was a small drugstore here. And I'm going to stop and I'll take just a quick look at some of this stuff. We'll come back later in another video, tour all of the things they had. That's what I was telling these guys because they were wanting me to come in now. And I'm like, no, I'll be back. I'm going to put them on the internet for you. They weren't pushy. They weren't bad. It was just a very easy conversation. We're going to go in, as I mentioned, we're going to go on into where they collect the tickets. And in the spirit of full disclosure, we were given this day pass to Mr. Sancho's because we were going to make a video there. The fact that this was free does not affect our judgment or our comments on this property. We really enjoyed it, and I think it's a good value. The normal price would be $60 a person. You notice we just walked by what they would call a sand wheelchair or a beach wheelchair. You can see it there as well. If you're getting value out of the video, do me a favor, hit the like button. That lets YouTube know they should share it with other people, and it really makes me feel good, so thanks. We're now all squared away. We're getting ready to head into Mr. Sancho's. This gentleman offered to push the wheelchair, but I said I would push, and so he's going to give us a short tour of some of the facilities that are here, and we're going to do a little exploring our own after that in this video. There's the restrooms. There's a nice ramp to go down there. Cheryl was able to get down and back without a problem. There was an attendant that was helpful in the restroom, so that worked out really well as also. There's some more curio shops here that we're going by, and he's explaining the various things that we see on one side or the other. He said under this Palapa was a really good spot for Wi-Fi if we needed it. As we continue on, we're going to go past a lot of tables up here close. We're going to see the second pool, and on the right up there are some, they call them, I think, bungalows or suites, but basically they're just a place for people that want a little more privacy, that they can stay there and enjoy it. And you actually can stay overnight there. There is a fee for that, and have the resort to yourself after 5 o'clock. It's normally open 9 to 5, except for people that are staying there in the suites. After our conversation with him, these day beds are for those guests in the suites. Downstairs suites have a private pool behind them. The upstairs suites have a jacuzzi on the patio. As we go past the pool here, we're going to head out toward the spa. They have a full spa here.
I was thinking like a hotel here.
So as I mentioned, they do have a full spa here. We're headed out now to take a walk through the spa. You'll see another day bed that's reserved for the suite guests. They have their own tables there so they can have their meals served privately. Basically everything there on the right was for the people that are guests in those suites. As we head into the spa, you'll see they have several massage tables. They have a great location for it. It's nice and shady in here. And we're going to take a walk down. There is some treatments in progress at the far end, so we're going to kind of not go all the way to the end.
About the spa here.
We stopped for a second to talk to the people, let them know why we were walking through the spa with a camera. But like I said, they said several of these massage beds in place. You can get your hair done. They have both a barber and beauticians. It's pretty well staffed. We're going to turn around now and start to head back out. Again, what a great place to stay. They did have a couples massage set up there. We'll stop here, and my wife asks about the nails, and they'll bring a menu out to us. Now, to get to there is a couple of steps, so it's not completely wheelchair accessible. But in general, this property is very accessible, except for the sandy areas in your own wheelchair or scooter. In the sandy areas, they do have the sand wheelchair, and we'll talk more about that, and you'll actually see it in use later. But there's all the things that you can get done. Cheryl was interested in getting a manicure and a pedicure, and wound up we didn't do that. And get massages, you can get waxed. Not sure how that works out there on the beach, but anyway. We're going to head back in toward where we entered the park. We'll look at some of the things as we go along, get a little different perspective on them. One of the things that the first two pools that you'll see, they both have pool bars. The bars serve both the pool and the beach area. And there are people that are always moving around, waiters that are looking to see what you might need and what you might want. You can see the pool bar there. Very nice small pool. The pools aren't huge, but they're very nice, very clean. I would get in the pool bar one, the next one, a little bit later in the day. So again, a path that goes down to the beach. And you have the shade and these tables. I think here they would do hair braiding for you. Cheryl and I talked about whether she wanted to get cornrows or not, and we decided that was more than she wanted to deal with. I guess would be the best way to say that. You can get a henna tattoo. Again, you'll get a nice look of the beach down here. The sand and the beach. This is one of the few really good beach areas on Cozumel. There's a stretch of beach along in here where there's several beach. Some of them are used by the cruise lines. Now, this one is typically not used by the cruise line. But for what you would spend for a cruise line excursion to come down here, you can do this on your own and probably save some money. And as I might have mentioned earlier, this was the highest rated one we could find. So that was why we chose to come here. Now, this will be the end of how far I can go with the wheelchair this direction. But again, you see the other pool. Most everybody's on the beach or playing in the water in the beach, not in the pools. Later in the day, the pools would get a little more active. We were here first thing, too, so there's not a lot of crowd yet. And to say a lot of crowd, it never got crowded the day we were here. But I do think it probably, when cruising gets back to normal, it probably does get more crowded. We're going to go back through the same area we had come in through. We're going to go out here. We're going to make a right turn. We're going to not go into the shops. We're going to take a tour of the rest of the areas that are easily accessible by wheelchair. And more curious shops. Like I said, they're pretty much everywhere, but they weren't pushy. They just, invited you nicely into their... This area we're coming up to is the original structure that made up Mr.Sancho's. This bar and this Palapa and the entrance area where they started. It's a family-run business. They've been building it for years. And we're going to stop for just a second, and I'll talk to the manager that was there that day. I'm going to do an interview with Rosie later, but we're just going to walk through now. And you can eat in here if you want to. You're close to the bar, close to where the food comes out. But we're just, like I said, we're going to walk through it again. Very easily accessible, lots of space. Everything's well spaced. We just didn't have any issues in the paved areas getting around with the wheelchair at all. We'll reach a roadblock up here in a minute, but there was really nothing past that on the pavement that you cared about anyway. I being the nosy sort, would go ahead and walk around it and see what was on the other side. And here's a infinity pool. You'll see. I think I'm going to take a picture of it, show you here in just a second. Yeah, there it is. Infinity pool. Again, not busy. And this one doesn't have a pool bar. But again, it has an amazing view looking out over the blue waters there of the Caribbean Sea. One of the nice things about Mr.Sancho's is it's on the side of the island that's shielded from the Sargasso seaweed, which afflicts Cozumel on the other side of the island. It also affects all the Costa Maya, Cancun area this time of year. So it was really nice that we didn't have to worry about or deal with it. The next video is going to be a tour of the beach. You can see it coming up there. Click in the box where the arrow's pointing. That'll get you there. Click my face to subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next video.